Welcome, welcome to Watching with Styles. We are on. You know what? It's kind of crazy if I say this because I was wrong the first time. We are on the final edition of breakdowns, I guess. Or if y'all suggest something new, I thought the bowl game was the final, but here we are saying the final again. Man, it is interesting how sports really just well, you know what? It's just me. How sports are so awesome. It is good to hear that Alabama has a new head coach and they went kind of against the grain a little bit. Although I thought he was probably the second best option after Lane Kiffin. I thought Lane Kiffin was the obvious option. But I can understand why he wasn't. But I think Lane Kiffin has matured and has become, I think, definitely one of the top offensive minds. But I think he has done a good job as a head coach at Ole Miss. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not easy to win at Ole Miss now. That's not the easiest school to go in, just do what he's doing. He has done a good job and a great job in the portal. He's done a great job of trying to lock down that state, which has pretty decent football players. And obviously his name and his offense is attractive to players. So I think he could have done special things at Bama. But he's not probably a good fit with the boosters. With the way he's on social media and the things he does, I'm not sure he was a great fit because of that. But as a coach, based on just X's and O's and the things that are required of a head coach, I thought he was the best option. But this guy Kalen is more kind of on that Nick Saban mentality as far as his ability to not be so out in front, so to speak. So I think it was a great hire. And as I said on Twitter, I think I said this at the end of the show yesterday, is I don't think this is the typical situation of following a legend. I think this is a situation where Kalen is going to have Coach Kalen. I can't believe I'm doing the NFL thing. I think Coach Kalen has a better job to succeed, a better opportunity to succeed because Nick Saban is leaving him in a great situation. He's not leaving him in a situation where the program has taken a dip. The administration was hard pressed to get rid of such an iconic figure, and they allowed the program to go down. I don't want to say they were not as high as they were during the good times. I mean, you look at Bobby Bowden, look at Joe Paul. Things was not on the high end, and Nick Saban is leaving the program after being in the semifinals. After having he's got I can't remember the ranking, but he definitely has a top 5 recruiting class. Things were not going the other way. So I know sometimes it's better to be the guy after the guy, but I think those situations have come in other circumstances. And I think this circumstance is a better circumstance to be in. And I think he will succeed. If you can go to UW and have a winning record in your first 2 seasons there, and one of them in a national championship game, why can't he succeed at Alabama? Why can't he? Now, the problem is as we all know, he's going to have to win 12 games, 11 games. or people are going to be at his neck. But I think he can do that with his system. And he has an offensive system. He's been successful everywhere he's been as a head coach and as an OC. So why can't he succeed in the SEC? There's no reason to doubt that he can succeed in the SEC. The only thing he has to do is put together a staff. And to me, what's great about this situation is Nick Saban isn't leaving, going to another opportunity. So he can go and talk to these assistant coaches and pick the ones that he thinks he has to have on staff for continuity and for recruiting, because he doesn't have a footprint in the Southeast. So he's going to have to keep some guys on staff because of their relationships within the South. And if he's able to pick the right guys out of that group and then bring the guys that he trusts, I don't see why it can't be successful. Alabama sells itself. I know it was Nick Saban, but the positive about Coach Kalen is that he just won a national championship game. So he has a little more knowledge surrounding him than probably people knew of him prior to being in the college playoffs. So I think that helps him, because now he's national. The kids know who he is. Maybe if you would have asked someone October 1st, they'd be like, who the hell is this guy? But now they know who he is. And from what I've heard, he is going to be able to recruit. Now, I've heard also he doesn't like recruiting. I don't know. But honestly, the head coaching position is different than it was back in the day. He's got to bring in good guys who are able to close on deals with guys. But remember, you're still at Alabama. You're still at a traditional powerhouse in the Southeast that has a great location. I don't think people understand how great of a locale that Tuscaloosa is in. It's easy to get to. It's almost centrally located in the Southeast. Someone from Texas is not that long a drive to get to Tuscaloosa. What is it? Depending on where you are. 9 hours probably from Houston, if I'm saying correct. 4 hours from here. I think Tuscaloosa is about 3. Yeah, you're talking about less than 9 hours. It's close to Georgia. It's not that far away from Atlanta. It's really close to the Panhandle. So it's in prime location. And Alabama football is pretty good on a higher level. It's not the greatest all the way through, but your top level schools are really good. So I think if he can keep the important staff members on staff, I think he can be successful at Alabama. No doubt. Now, what he's going to have to do is to get in front of these kids and have them trust him that came to Alabama because of Nick Saban. If he can get the majority of those guys to stay, I don't see a fall off. And I don't see a reason why he needs to find a quarterback. I think in his history, he's shown he can win with any kind of quarterback. And I think Jalen Milroe is a good enough quarterback to win with him. I think he's earned that opportunity. And I don't think Jalen is that bad of a damn quarterback where you can't win a national championship. You went to the fucking semifinals with him. And think about it. He didn't lose the game. The damn defense allowed Michigan to drive to tie that game up. So that wasn't on him. So I hope he has success at Alabama to prove some of these MFers wrong. So let's get into this game. This game was interesting, as I think Brian asked me to compare it to our game. This game was so much like our Clemson game. 17-10 at halftime. Offense comes out, turnover, defense holds them to a field goal, And the defense held Michigan the entire third quarter. Michigan couldn't do shit for the majority of the second half. What was the final score? 34? That was not on the defense. I mean, you think of 10 points came from the offense. So Michigan scored 17 points in the second half, and 10 came on offense. You had the interception right here. They held them to a field goal. Then you had the interception at the end of the game. They marched down to the 5-yard line, and they scored that. That's it, y'all. That was it. Washington became a lot more disciplined and doing their job more in the second half. And they shut down Michigan. Michigan, if you take away a couple big plays, the quarterback scrambling on 3rd and long, which really flipped the field because they was inside the 10-yard line, their 10-yard line, and they had a big pass play to the tight end that opened it up again. Other than that, man, Washington defense played their ass off. Washington offense didn't do shit. They scored a field goal. That's it. For this high, if someone would have told me that Washington's gonna only score 3 points in the second half, I'm like, they're gonna lose by 40. So defensively, they adjusted. The guys became more disciplined in their assignment, and they shut down the run game, really. I think the two running backs had 100 yards at half, or definitely the third quarter. You got two running backs over 100 yards. That's crazy. So this game really mimicked a little bit of us against Clemson, with the defense holding us in the game for so long, and then the bottom just falling out. A couple turnovers, difference in the game. The turnovers affected the game. And that is reminiscent of our bowl game. So Michael Penix did not have a good game, man. Honestly, neither quarterback had a good game. I mean, McCartney didn't have a good game either. It wasn't like he was on fire. It wasn't like he was lighting the scoreboard up. He was just as bad. So this was a very interesting game in the second half. The score really, in my opinion, isn't doesn't represent to me how the game was won and played. It's unfortunate because that score is gonna show up for forever. But 34-13 isn't what this game was. It was 20-13 for forever. The entire third quarter, I think. So that should be a better representation. Michigan scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. And like I said, one of those on a drive and one was on the damn pick. So, I mean, when you hold the quarterback to 140 yards, no touchdowns, but you give up 303 yards in rushing, that's not good, man. Washington defense, what's up, Brian? Washington defense made a lot of mistakes in the first half, so you think they tuned in? They definitely were more gap sound in the second half. I also think their linebackers were a lot more aggressive in the second half. They were a little more downhill, but they were in their right gaps. That first half, man, they were like, where are you going? And I'm telling you, in a college level, man, you cannot not be in your gap. You have to occupy your gap first, and then you can ball hunt. But you also got to ball hunt from your gap, because a good running back, if you're in your gap for a second and then you vacate it, he might find that gap backside and score. I mean, what's the guy's name from Michigan? The other running back, not Corum. What's the guy's name? Donovan Edwards. That's what he did. I think on the first one, he went front side and basically bounced it backside, and the linebacker vacated that hole, and he scored. As a defensive player, and this is hard, especially when high school coaches don't require it. I'll never forget. We had a playoff game, our first round playoff game. We played this team, MLK Charter, and we knew they were athletic. And we called the defense, and we had a guy go in the wrong gap. Everybody else was in the right gap, and they scored. The guy went 60-some yards, untouched, for a touchdown. It wasn't a call. It was guys in the wrong gap. So they went up 6-0 on us, in less than 10 seconds. And then we went off 50 unanswered points because we were more gaps on the rest of the game. All it takes is one guy to not be where they're supposed to be. That's all it takes. Honestly, that guy found the gap. We had two guys in the same gap. And he found the gap that the other guy was supposed to be in. And the defense we were playing, once you get past that second level, it's touchdown. And he scored. So, like a lot of people say, well, did y'all adjust? No. In essence in the vein of what people think adjustments are, no, our players just tighten up more. They just did their job more. And because of that, they didn't score again. Same thing on this level. It's worse on this level. If you have a gap, take your ass through a gap, because I'm going to tell you, to make the tackle, if you're, I'm going to just say a 4-3 defense. If you're a 4-3 defense and you are the will linebacker, so you're on the weak side, and they run strong side, so they run to their tight end or whatever their strong side is nowadays, your ability to catch a good running back 5 yards from the line of scrimmage is basically zero. You're just not. So why am I going to run my ass over there if the chance of me really getting there is slim to none? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay inside the running back. I'm going to protect my cutback. When he crosses the line of scrimmage, in essence, then I take my pursuit angle. That's really disciplined defense. Now, could that will linebacker, if he reads something, sprint across the field and get a tackle for a 4-yard gain or 3-yard gain? Sure. But what happens is those guys up in the press box says, hey, when we run such and such action, the will linebacker is overflowing, and we can run boot or counter or something backside because he's not protecting his backside cutback gap. So yes, you might get the offense 2 plays, but once they see a pattern of whatever formation or whatever, if we pull it, whatever we're doing, they're going to say, okay, we can't block him anyway. So if he's going to flow all the way over to the strong side of formation and make tackles, we're going to get his ass. So handle your gap, pursue the ball through your gap. Trust your other teammates are going to make the tackle where they're supposed to make the tackle. You got to trust your teammates. If you trust your teammates, that's why Alabama and Georgia has been so great defensively the last decade. It's the trust in your teammates. I'm going to do my job, and I know you're going to do yours. You can trust me. You can trust in me that I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be. And if we all do that the majority of the time, we're going to have a great defense. And it's really that simple. It's really that simple. Think about that 2018 defense. How many studs did we have on that defense? Be honest. You had Josh Allen and you had Mike Edwards. Those were the dudes. That's it. Quentin Bohanna was a man. And you had Calvin Taylor. I can't remember the other defensive lineman. You had, was that Jones and Cash? Then you had Mike Edwards and West. And you had the Lonnie Johnson and Beatty and Westry. You got 2 NFL players off of that team. Starters. Not just, you can make I'm talking about starters. You got 2 starters off of that team. And that defense was really damn good. I don't like to use the word great a lot. That defense they were elite. Think about that. You had 2 guys on that defense that turned into NFL starters. And I don't think Mike Edwards was drafted in the 3rd round. So you had a 1st round and a 3rd. Think about those Georgia teams. How many fucking starters are in the NFL? Think about the Bama teams. How many starters are in the NFL? You don't have to have starters in the NFL to be a great defense in college if everybody does their job. And it's really that simple. It's really that simple. I mean, we go back to when I played our defense. Shit, man. How many damn starters we had on our defense? Not many. Shit, I'm trying to think. Did we have any? Melvin was on the verge of starting. Melvin started some games. Marty Moore wasn't a starter. Shit, it was 0. Melvin was the closest one. And our defense was elite. If you look at the numbers with the offense that we put up, if we had, like I've told, if we would have had Hal Mumme as a coordinator during the 4 years that I was at Kentucky, we would have went to 4 bowl games. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. My last 2 years, we won 4 games. My junior year was probably one of the better teams I played on. And if you look at the scores of some of those games, we could have easily been 7-4. Easily. So, on defense, you got to trust your teammates and do your job. Do your job first. And hopefully your brother next to you is going to do his. Okay, so let's get in the game. As I was saying, Michael Penix was not very good. Now, the funny thing about it, people saying Penix might have hurt his stock. I think JJ hurt his stock too. He was not great if we're going to talk about stock. But I don't understand what he saw here. And here's the reason why I don't understand what he saw here. Okay. Who is your read on this concept? All right. So who am I reading? I honestly, in my opinion, think he's reading him. So at this level, you can't fucking second guess your eyes in any position. Well, I would say not everything has eyes. Quarterback, definitely DB, you got to trust your eyes. You can't be hesitant. Because you're hesitant, your ass going to get beat. You got to live with the consequences. If I read something, like, believe what you see what you believe. You got to let it rip. As a corner, if I recognize this formation and I know they're going to run smash route, if number 2 runs an out and number 1 inside releases on me, I think he's going to inside release them vertically and run a corner. I got to believe that. I can't second guess it. I got to believe it. I've done enough film study. They have done this shit the majority of the time on film, I got to trust it. I can't not trust what my film study has taught me. If that's the case, don't fucking watch film. If you don't trust the scouting report, your film study in your eyes, fucking be blindfolded and don't watch film. Why watch film if you're not gonna trust it? So right here, if I'm the quarterback and he's my read, you gotta trust it. Right here, he starts to backpedal. He is right now probably 7 yards, bobbing them to the sideline. He's probably 3 to 4 yards away. But he's got to respect this. All right? I'm going to say they're in cover 2. He's got to respect this route. So if he's got to respect that, put it on him. This linebacker has no shot. Now, he's only going to get you 5 yards, but shit is 2nd and 5. Why doesn't he release it? What is stopping him from throwing the ball? I don't get it. This is not good for him right here because he is wide open. He's wide open. In college football, he is wide open. So why didn't he throw it to him? I will never understand that. That's his best receiver on a linebacker who's in a zone. He's in a window. He has a pretty decent window to throw in. There's no hands in his face. This DB didn't sit. He didn't sit here where he can go that way. He's respecting this. You got to trust your eyes and trust the concept. If you see this, right? So if you want to pump fake and put a hole shot, put a hole shot. If right now you unsure, because here's the deal for me. If he feels like he can take that, then throw the hole shot. If you feel like he's the one who's concerning you for this pass, throw the hole shot. Because he's not going to get there. He's, as the old saying, if you're even, he's leaving. He's leaving. If you're concerned about him driving that. So throw it. You can't pump fake it. That right there is bad football. That right there is bad football. Throw the damn ball. He will not intercept that. He's got no shot. Throw the football if you don't want that one. Or if you're unsure, it's a read route. It's a simple concept. This concept is not difficult. It is a clear out with a hook. Might have been converted from an out to a hook. I'm not sure if you saw him there. He might have put his foot in the ground, stop. Whatever it is. If you're unsure with him in this read, throw the fucking ball out of bounds. It's simple as this. This is not a hitch throw. This is I read, he's not there, throw the fucking ball away. No, you're going to fucking throw it up, get a fucking pick. After. It's 10-17. 10-17. This defense thinks all year you have been that offense. You have been that group to alleviate pressure on us. And then your ass giving them the ball inside the 40. On the first play of the second half, when we all feeling good about ourselves, we didn't play the best first half, but we fucking in the game. We one possession away, and our offense getting the ball first. with that offense, I know we're gonna put points on the board. It might be 3, but what we're gonna put points on the board. And now your ass sitting there thinking I got a few minutes of break, and now I'm right back on defense. Sudden change. And what this group did from this point in this third quarter was impressive. It's just gap discipline, right? For the most part. I don't understand where this linebacker's going, though. Right? I'm not sure. I don't know the defense, but I'm not sure where he's going. Because trying to figure out what gap he would have. He has a gap. I'm pretty sure of that. Because this defensive lineman is going to be, he's got to have that. Unless, that doesn't look like a 0. Unless he's 2-gapping. And he goes under the block. He can't go under. He can't go under because now we got 2 linebackers on this side of hash mark. He's got to, in my opinion, I could be wrong, he's got to press that guard or center, keep this arm free, and force the running back to him. But this is a great job by number 4. Great job by the corner. Now this number 7 is getting blocked by a down wide receiver. He's got to run through his ass. Run through his ass. Don't fucking do that, because here's the deal, in my opinion. And this is what, like I say, you have to understand. If I trust my corner that when he sees him try to block me, that he's going to take care of my gap, I'm going to run through his ass and make him not want to block me ever again. Or when he blocks me, he's going to come here very timid. Don't allow him to do that to you. Run through his ass. And he looks like a bigger guy. Run through him. Why are we hesitating right there? Just run through him, right? And the reason why I say that is there's a lot of reasons. As a guy who played corner and I played safety. So as a corner, I want this to be identified as a true block so I can replace him. If he comes in here half-assed, he could and then go, and I'm not sure. But if he comes in here with bad intentions and engage quickly, then I know he's blocking. If not, when I engage, he's my guy anyway. So as a safety, if he's going to block me, my gap is being taken care of. So in all honesty, I don't have a gap anymore. I'm a football player again because my corner's taking my gap. So now I'm going to run through his ass, and then I'm going to find the ball. Good job by 25, and that's a damn good cut. But let me see. But that play is better than early in the game. But this play will get nothing if number 5 played this properly. Because everybody else is where they're supposed to be, except him. So that allowed Corum 1 cutback to get 3. That play side linebacker needed to be right there, and he came too late. That play should have got 1 yard, maybe 2. So now, again, it's real simple football, man. And y'all, I'm watching this. I had basketball game. I had a coach's clinic in Lafayette. So I really just put this together maybe an hour ago. So I really didn't watch this much, just like the first half. But if you're going to blitz the linebacker, he's blitzing. So this is not on him. All right. If he's blitzing, right? And I, as a defensive lineman, I have that gap. But he's blitzing inside of me. Why am I peeking my head inside of the gap that's not mine? All right? Look at that. They have every gap filled except this gap. And they have 2 gold hats in the same gap. And he picks the gap that's not a gold hat. That's not on the linebacker. That to me is on the defensive lineman. Why is he getting in that gap? Unless the linebacker went the wrong gap, which if he's blitzing like that, I don't think so. Or unless he has see if I can't zoom in on it. Unless he has A and he has B, he has contained. Now that could be the case. Maybe number 4 needs to be in this gap because you got that guy in that gap. Or maybe I don't think this is the case. Or maybe the corner is supposed to fold back in and have that gap. This is how important knowing what your fucking job is. Because obviously someone fucked up. Because they have enough players. And they blitz. They run blitz. But somebody's not in the right gap. Now, to me, it looks like the defensive lineman here, but it could be him, and it could be him. You never know. But somebody's not there. You got, on this side of the ball, you got 1, 2, 3 gaps. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. How are we not in every gap? That's concerning. How are we not in every gap? You got 3 guys. You got 4 guys to get into 3 gaps. Make it make sense. And this is what haunted Washington all game. Gap discipline. That's a really good tackle by that safety in open space, man. On Corum, that is a outstanding stop, which is a thing, y'all. There's no beauty in tackling on this level and the next. These running backs are fucking impressive. Get his ass on the ground. Let's get another play in. Make them keep snapping the ball. To me, this linebacker is still, man. To me, this linebacker is not linebackering. Where is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to try to go over here? Because if he goes over there, who is getting in the gap? This just reeks. Just guys just running around. I don't think that this coach wanted 2 linebackers stacked on one side of the ball. Now, here's the deal. The guy did a great job of getting around that block and making that tackle. But is he supposed to make the tackle like that? Or he's supposed to come and make the tackle this way and make it easier on everybody else? I'm not sure. But this is not sound. But they play harder. They attack the line of scrimmage. Know how for y'all who watched me all year, how I've complained about Devin Leary missing Dane Key on shallow cross. He's not the only one. Because I'm trying to figure out where JJ is trying to throw this ball. And why. Because he's trying to throw it deep. It looks to me like he's trying to get to him. And I know it's 3rd and forever. But what defense is Washington in? Do you read man? If you read man, these routes are the toughest for corners. These mesh routes, these shallow cross, those are hard. Number 8 is wide open. Number 8 is wide open. I'm not sure what happens after he catches it, but he's wide open. And the thing about it, you get an athlete in space on a linebacker. I don't know. On third and what's this? Third and that's 5, 10, 15, 20, minus 2, right? 5, 10, 15, 20. Minus 2 is third and 18. It's third and 18. You're probably not going to get it. Because especially when the defense, when you have a back line, the field shrinks a lot, and it's easier for me to play defense. Because I don't have to worry about someone beating me over the top. So this was the option, and let's see what he can do after. I know people say, well, why he's throwing underneath? Why he's not throwing at the sticks? Well, shit. That's one thing that burns me up sometimes. Why he's not throwing past the first down? Well, damn, these guys in white jerseys know where the first down marker is too if they play it right. Now, I know y'all gonna say, well, we don't do a good job. Well, shit. Okay. That is true. But the really elite defenses play the sticks. They're going to force you to throw it underneath, and they trust their tackling abilities. This is when I got to Coach Archer, this was the name of the game. Make them throw it in front, and we are going to rally, and we're going to impose our will on the ball carrier, and they're not going to continually want to run the ball hard. It's that simple. If you're going to play that kind of defense, that's what you have. You have to pound runners of the ball. If you're going to play zone defense, you have to continually just hit their ass and make them not want to run the ball anymore. That's the name of the game. If you want to play aggressive man defense, it's totally different. Now your mindset is, we're going to get to your ass the majority of the time. Our defensive backs are going to have to be sound tacklers because there's no one else that can help them if they miss a tackle. And we're going to have to get there. If you're going to be aggressive, you have to get there. There is no, well, we were close. No, there's no close if you're blitzing. There's no close if you're blitzing. You have to get to the quarterback, and your back half has to be sound tacklers. It's a risk reward. You're gonna make plays, and you're gonna give up big plays on this level. Now in high school, if you're a high school coach and you got good defensive players who are aggressive, you could probably blitz more. If you got decent corners and the team not you playing doesn't have D1 wide receivers. But then the problem is a lot of teams run the ball. If they get past the first level, there's no one else there. If they get past, if you blitzing, let's go to the next. If you're blitzing and a runner back gets past that first wave, it's ball game because everybody else backs up to the ball and no one can see it. Oh, that was second down, must have been. The simulated blitzes is the new cat's meow, I guess, the last, 5, 6 years? Because when you bring up these many guys, this 6, right, the big boys have to adjust and call what they're going to do. They're going to slide, they're going to man. Where they're going to slide, because then the back needs to know if he's going to go across the quarterback to pick up a blitz or whatever. So now they have to dictate that pre-snap. So now if you pull out, pause, you can mess up the blocking scheme. If you overload one side, you put 3-on-2 and they think it's coming from here and they might slide this way, you might have a chance to get an unblocked guy to come through, or you can just whip their ass with a little twist action. See how they're blocking man? They're blocking man, and he twists in, and that tackle couldn't handle it. And that's pressure, right? That's pressure. Right. Now look at the distance away. I'm thinking he's close because it's a fucking tight end. Okay. Look like they're playing man down at the bottom of the screen and some type of zone up top. Some combo coverage. Look at the depth. Dropped. Although ball's in there is why he came. Good fucking defense. They fucking hold them to a field goal after their offense gave them the ball inside of the 40-yard line. That's a win of a win. All right, y'all. Look at the difference of this linebacker and the UW linebacker, right? If his gap is that gap, he's in that gap, taking on this offensive lineman, keeping his arm free that he needs, which is this arm, because that guy has that gap looks like. They're just so much. He takes on the block. Man, he crumbles him. Damn. He crumbles that offensive lineman. I don't know if he got tripped, but whatever. Nonetheless, he crumbles him. But he's playing it from his gap. See that? He's securing his A gap first. Then he's going to funnel out. Right? Now, this is so good. Now, if I know as a nickelback that this guy has contained, I'm going to fold into the inside gap because I got to trust that he's going to set an edge and I'm going to fold in. Just watch. He's coming from distance. That is good shit. The defensive end sets the edge. He's not going to bounce. That's good defense. I can't ask for more. This is a good reaction by number 2. All right. Now, the only bad part about number 2 is this. You don't have to engage with the blocker, in my opinion, especially on a quick game. What I want to do is turn them inside and don't expand. I want to do everything he did right here, which is perfect to that point. He is in perfect situation. Now, I don't want him to get outside because that's just further for all my teammates to run. I want to come down the bottom of the numbers, maybe create a pile, and make him go here. I got more people coming inside than if I allow him to bounce it. So right here, he's good. He's good. He's perfect. He is right now 3 yards away from the receiver, and he's almost on the line of scrimmage. That's a great break. Now the problem is he engages. See that? He's got to keep his outside arm free. Was that the first half where on the goal line? It might have been him. Or was it number 7? He cut out that outside leg of the offensive lineman and made the tackle on the goal line. That's the same thing this guy needed to do. Sometimes we're so worried about making a tackle. Right here, you allow him to do something that we as a DB coach don't want you to do. You got to contain. You got to make sure. And he's perfect. He's coming up the numbers. He doesn't really get washed. He just takes the guy on square. Go for that side. and make him turn here. But from the other point of view, that's a great block by the tight end. I feel like I'm really doing this as a defensive person. I'm breaking this down like, defensive guy. I'm sorry, y'all. I got something on my screen. Let me get this off. So, the OC of Washington starting getting a rhythm. However, I'm looking at this again. Is this not more obvious that this is a tight end screen? Now, obviously, you know what the play is, but this set by this tight end is absolutely garbage. He is not setting inside. Who is he setting for? Number 9 should have diagnosed this a lot quicker. He's just not going to let this guy in that quick when he's trying to do a pass set. He's pass setting away from his guy. Good screen, good timing. More importantly, getting these guys out to try and block. Good job. Brian, you know what, Brian? I'm actually not a defensive guy. That's the crazy part. I'm really an offensive guy. I really am. Now, the difference is the offensive schemes have changed so much from when I played. But I played quarterback all of my life until I got to college. So I am a quarterback. And I'm going to say this. I say this all the time. But all of y'all high schools that limit players from playing on both sides of the ball, in my opinion, you're doing a disservice. Now I'm going to go on my little tangent. But all the high school programs, well, Brian, that's me being fucking difficult. But yeah, in essence, Brian, yes, that's what I'm saying. Brian asked, so that tight end gave the player where 9 should have come up. How can I explain this? When you have seen things enough, your reaction is quicker. When you have prepared yourself enough, your reaction is quicker. When you pre-snap start to play the game, pre-snap, I'm going to say this, in my opinion, for the players who are great, you got what? Probably 3 seconds, maybe a little more, depending on if the offense is doing a lot of window dressing. Just like, for example, like Michigan. With Michigan, with all the damn shifts, you should be alerting. If there's shift, alert, we're going to make this check. So then as a unit, if they make the shift, you already has it in your teammates' mind that if they shift to something else, we're going to play this scheme. So as a player for me, it's the same thing. They come out in the formation, they come out in the look. I'm thinking, what can they run? In my head, what's their and I've said on here, I said on the locker Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, myself and Anthony White, like I say on there. If you are trying to be a great football player and your coaches have put together a scouting report, you should fucking read the scouting report. And you should take all that information onto the game field and on the practice field and see if the shit is right. So if they come out in certain formations and it's on a hash and the coach likes to run ISO, the run is primarily ISO. The pass is whatever, backside curl with the running back flaring. Let's just say that. So in my eyes as a corner, I'm reading off as a lineman. I'm preparing myself for ISO. If the lineman fire off the ball, and I'm preparing myself for the hook with a swing route. That's my anticipative, if that's the word, anticipation of the play. Now I can't jump shit, but that's what in my head I'm anticipating that. And I'm going to react off of anything that's not that. So in my head, that's to me how you get guys who jump routes. So I just said they're going to run hook, swing route. I don't give a fuck what coverage I am. If I'm in cover 3, I'm playing, if I'm anticipating hook and I don't have anybody else in my zone, I'm anticipating hook, flare route. Right here, this is perfect. No, that's a tight end. But let's say they run curl with a swing, and I'm this corner. And I see pass set, and I see this swing route, I am fucking anticipating this. That's what my scouting report says. That's what the formation says. That's what on the position of the ball, 2nd and 10, they like to get 5. Like all that stuff plays into effect for me. I am looking at, and when I played, the guy closest to the marker responsibility was to relay across what the down and distance was. That was his responsibility. Now, did they do it all the time? Nah, whatever. We all men, we can look, but that was his responsibility to tell you what down and distance was. That when we will relay it across. Next thing is hash. So before they still in the huddle, right? They're still in this huddle. I can still know it's 2nd and 7 plus. And in my brain, I am what plays they like to run on my right hash, on 2nd and long. And then when they come out in the formation, now what play like to run 2nd and long? And they come out in ace formation. Now it's like what do they like to run out of ace on 2nd and long? Everybody has tendencies. Just like you have tendencies, the offense has tendencies. So normally they like to do this. So I'm already fucking the 2nd and 7 long. I've already gone through the plays they like to run. Then they come out in ace. Now that just cut that about 3/4. Now there's probably a third left. Now I'm like, okay, what's the pass plays they like to run? Because as a corner, I don't give a fuck about the run game, really. In essence, I know I still have run game responsibilities, but the first thing I'm going through my head is what route combinations are they going to run at me? Then from there, I say, okay, what's their favorite run? So pre-snap, I got down and distance. I got position on the field. Position on the field, I guess you can say horizontally, and position on the field vertically. So hash mark, they in the green zone, they in the red zone, they back up. All that plays a factor. And all that's on the scouting report. I would tell you this. In 1994 to 1996, there were a lot of guys who didn't fucking read the scouting report. I can guarantee you that shit. And it hindered their ability to be successful. And what I mean by that is to be successful to their ceiling. Could they make good plays? Yeah, because we have some good fucking athletes. But could they have made game-changing plays by reading a scouting report? Now, that's a different level. That's it. So where are we at? Play action. See, this is, I'm just looking at, now y'all, I'm really looking at this real time. I'm looking at this, and he looks here right now. So he's reading to me this side of the field. Why doesn't he stay on him longer? Boom. And the reason why I say that is when he's zone reading, right? To me, it's not RPO, but if he's reading and he sees him, right? He's eliminated to be in this zone. In my opinion. I'm just looking at this right now. And this is me from a bird's eye view, so it's different. When you play quarterback, man, some of this shit gets jumbled. It's hard. But I'm just reading from a bird's eye view, and I'm not sure. But I know one thing. If I read him and he expands with him, he opens up a window there. I'm going for this one, especially with the safety retreating. And this guy opens up that void. It's not that this was not open too, because honestly, that's not a bad option. But I am going to my receiver. This looks good right there. Especially for me, off the rip, he's looking, you can tell where his eyes are, in my opinion. His eyes are right there. So if his eyes are right there, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe his eyes are down the field. It's kind of hard to see. Now, he turns on the snap. He predetermined where he was throwing his ball. Because he is looking this way right now. But then he said, "Now I'm going to come." He doesn't shift his eyes until right there. Maybe he was trying to open that window for that throw. But man, I don't know. That's just me. That's me being nitpicky. It's easy to say this shit when I'm in my office on a damn laptop with no 280-pound guy breathing down my neck. Ooh, I know I'm being an asshole right here. But put your foot in the ground and go that way. Right? As a running back, you see color, you're like, nah. I'm a 71 seals to 72. They got this fucking side of the field on lock. Once you see free runner, you should stick your foot in the ground and go vertical. He's got a shot here. Why would you run into number 5? They had something going right there potentially. Now, All right, so the reason why you shift on offense is you make these guys have to fucking communicate. Communication on defense is so important. You can get somebody in the wrong spot because somebody doesn't hear the check. So you shift to make these guys adjust. It's simple as that. Make them have to make a check. Make them have to talk to each other. See, look, see that? Now, oops, shit. Where was it? This is the run play. Okay, so watch. This guy over here start talking. They're talking. So we got to check. And they're like, oh shit. Dude, are y'all on the right? Check. See, that's the reason why you shift. To potentially create some confusion on this side of the ball. Again, they only bring 4. Ooh-wee. I know. Y'all. I know what I'm about to say is extremely difficult. Oof. But right here, and this is why I'm saying this, because I'm seeing it real time. I'm seeing split safety, and I got a tight end running right up the seam. In cover 2, the issue is right between the hashes. That's the void. All right. So right here, don't know his number. He is wide open right now. When you see these two safeties split, he is butt naked open. I know the play is not designed there, but he is butt naked open. Dude, there's nobody who can stop him from at least getting to the 20-yard line. There's nobody. The safeties are splitting off the hash. Look at it. Look at it. It gets even worse. Is the ball in the air yet? Yeah, the ball's in. I'm sorry. Ball's in there. But right here, there's no, we don't know where he's throwing right now. Ball's in his hands. He's looking that way. There's no indication of where he's going to throw. He is wide open. I know this is a delay, and yeah, I understand. Trust me, I get it. I fucking get it. That is the play. I get it. Whew. But when you read this, man, no one is saying you can't pass there because it's not a screen. It's not like these guys are down the field and you got to throw it to the guy that's behind the line of scrimmage so don't get men down the field. They are pass prone. This is still an option. Bruh. Still open. He just winds back now. He is butt naked open. No one is even looking at him. Damn. See all the motion. Y'all 7 and 25. They're checking. So as a quarterback too, this is the other thing. This is pre-snap. This is the other reason why you do all this moving and shuffling and moving running backs from being out here and then bring them in the backfield to understand if they're in man or zone. Once he motions across and these two guys seesaw and no one runs across with him, you know it's definitely zone on this side. And if no one comes down on him, it's probably zone over here. Now, if this guy seesaws down, it could potentially be man. Y'all, now you force them to communicate. Now, okay, this is a problem. What are we doing? So here's the deal, right? For me, I don't know this DBs very well, but apparently he's a safety, right? He's a corner. The reason why they switch positions is because the safety is probably better in the run game. So we're going to put the corner back in coverage. But this fucking safety plays soft as hell. There's no tight end over here. That's a guard and that's a tackle. That's the center. So there's no pass responsibilities on the line of scrimmage. This is the closest guy on this side of the field that can threaten your zone. Why is he playing so soft? If he thinks he's going to come over there and they're going to pass it to him? Everybody else does their job. 46 wrecks the damn shot on right here. He's going to affect that block. Watch. Probably. Let's see. See how he throws that block off. Now, if you have contained, you need to fucking come because he doesn't. This ball bounces outside because I think number 7 isn't aggressive enough. And they get 4 yards, 5 yards when that should have been nothing. Do your fucking job. I think Washington is lost, man. This is not good. Some of that stuff I said earlier, before I started watching the film again, I think I lied. I think I lied to y'all. Washington didn't play much better in the second half as far as being sound. When I was, I guess cutting up and getting the film off of ESPN, I was just running it through real fast and I didn't really pay attention to everything. Man, why? These two guys are horrible. Why is number 8 so soft? That's a great fucking tackle by number 7. But why is number 8 fucking so tentative? That's horrible. Damn. Now this is what I know. It's 3rd and 2. Everybody's coming downhill. That's how you attack the line of scrimmage. That's how you play your gap too. What gap does number 5 have? Not sure. But the other linebacker is in his backside A gap and he's shooting it. And that's why you got to tackle for loss. It's a great job, man. They need to be more consistent, man. Yes, DeBoer is an offensive coach, for sure. I think he was OC for sure. He was head coach at an NAIA school. And I think he went to Fresno State originally as a offensive coordinator. Let me get my information correct. Yes. He was a wide receiver at Sioux Falls. Damn, I'm old. So he's a assistant at a high school, then came back to Sioux Falls as an OC. He was a head coach at Sioux Falls for 4 years. Then he went to Southern Illinois as an OC, Eastern Michigan as an OC, Fresno as an OC. Then he went to Indiana for that for that 1 year with Michael Penix. Then he went to Fresno as a head coach. Went back to Fresno as a head coach. then to Washington, then to Bama. Shit, man. 3 championships at NAIA. I don't know what's GPAC. What's that? Is that Junior College Grand Plains? Okay, that's the conference. So he's won at every level. He has 104 and 12 record as a head coach. Fuck. 2-1 in bowl games. Obviously, that's last year, and this year's 1-1. 1-1 a term is 17-2. 17-2 in the NAIA playoffs. Fuck. That's impressive. He should leave as DC in Washington. Brian, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Who was his DC in Washington? That's a damn good question. I'm not sure. I'm going to find out right now. But here's the thing. This is my belief, is it all on the DC, or are these players not doing their job? We had co-defensive coordinator. He had 2. He had William Inge. That's probably going to be, he might bring him with him. He was a defensive coordinator at Fresno. So there's a history there. So he probably going to bring him with, unless Washington's going to hire one of these guys as the head coach. Chuck Morrell was the other co-defensive coordinator. Well, shit, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, because this guy coached with him at Sioux Falls. So I don't know, Brian. But should he leave as DC? I'm not so sure. Man, that's the toughest thing for me about being a head coach. There's a balance between having guys that you trust and gonna have your back, and hiring new blood. Because when adversity hits, you need to trust that the guy next to you is willing to fight out of the foxhole. Then guys who just looking for the next job when things go awry. So I don't know. Good question. I don't know. See, this is what Penix should do. I don't know where he's throwing it, but he is confident right here in this throw. There's no hesitation. Like that first throw of the half. Like, why didn't he let it rip like here? Because honestly, what's open at this point? Who is open? Honestly, at this point right now, I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. He's coming out here for him. And you're probably not going to run something like that with him still running vertically. Somebody's going to go vertical and someone's going to come to the out. But he is throwing this before anybody breaks in their route. Look, he's preparing to throw now. That's a timing route. Why couldn't do that on the first play? That's interesting. Good ball. Now we get free yard. Now what, should be 2nd and 5? Defense is playing well. Ooh, now this is timing. Remember the Ray Davis? This is timing. perfect timing. We still got another one going out. We got trying to get a block here. Don't know what the result's going to be. But that's perfect. He runs under, fucking pushing where he wants to go. We still got a blocker out in front. That's a good block. What the f are you doing? That's not bad. Oh, I remember this play. Oh, this is unfortunate, man. This is so unfortunate. God, this is. I remember. Oh man, this is when you start to think, okay, they just can't win. All right, you bring your receiver across the formation, and this is one of the few times you catch Michigan in a blitz. Watch, they are bringing 6. You get them in a blitz, man. Look at this. If number 11, what's his name, McLean or something? If he could avoid this, if he could avoid that and he catches the ball, this guy is peeling back here. Number 15 is gone. You got 2 blockers for 1 corner. If he catches the ball, he could be still running. Look at that, man. Look. There's nothing over there. This is the play that you start thinking that the football guys don't want us to do anything today, because that is unfortunate. Dude, that is the perfect call against this blitz. This is one of the few times they're bringing 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you got your guy out in space with guys that are coming to block, and a guy gets tripped up. Sometimes it's not meant to be, man. Sometimes it's just the other team's year. I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, y'all. I apologize in advance. I'm eating sunflower seeds and trying to broadcast. This to me is great work by this DB. Again, this soft ass DB, right? He's 9 yards away from the receiver. But he plays this perfect. Doesn't backpedal much. Receivers seems like he's not running anything 12 to 15 yards. Going a slot fade. Opens his hips. Closes on him. It's good shit. It's amazing that these guys are both playing from about 9 to 10 yards, and they're successful. But a lot of fans believe when we play from 9 to 10 yards, we suck. So, is that on the 9 to 10 yard technique? Or that's on the individual abilities of the DBs? Because as I've said many times, I specialize at 9. And I know 9 works. I know it works. I have proof. But so I want people to understand It's not this. You got to look at this. I'm going to say something else. That guy could be to blame, but he can't affect your fear level on the field. When you get inside this rectangle, some guys can handle the pressure, some guys can't. Even though in practice they play it well, but when they come in this situation with this thing on the line, it exposes a lot of shit on game day. And these guys played at 9, man. Look, they're not pressing. Played at 9. And look, no one's open. No one's open. Look at that. So, just want people to understand, man. So much on players. You got to find what's comfortable to you. This guy's at 10, man. He's at 10. This guy's at 8. Come on, man. It gets kind of old sometimes. These guys are playing the sound defense. And Odunze doesn't run a good route right here. He doesn't stress that backside corner at all. Good shit by that corner. Look how far off he's off him. But when you play your technique right, and you do have clean scale over there, obviously he's doing something. We did have him here. He's doing a great job with that secondary. It's good shit, man. That is perfect defense. Now, this to me, it is still 20-13 at this point. I think this is the backbreaker. Michigan doesn't score, but watch. I think this is one of the backbreakers. Great fucking sound. Look at all the gaps, man. And linebacker, see how number 10? Look how he takes on. He's going to keep this end free because he got that linebacker. This linebacker, they're going to force it to each other. I probably said that wrong. He should keep the other arm free if he pressing for each other. He should keep his inside arm free. Every gap fill, no gain. Perfect. Now second down. Every gap is filled. Every gap is filled. D-line is doing their job. 1 yard gain. It is 3rd and 8.5, y'all. 3rd and 8.5. They're in perfect situation. They rush 4, but no pass lane discipline. No one, they don't build an umbrella. They don't build an umbrella. Especially with JJ who's athletic. They get a first down, and this is huge. That's 3rd and 8. If they force in a punt, Washington gets the ball at least probably on their 40. They're going to put points on the board. But because of this to me changed the game. That changed the game. Because I think the momentum would have been in their favor. They get that stop. But they didn't. And now the momentum is in their favor. And now, Sharon realized, Okay, let maybe get the quarterback a little bit more involved. Quarterback run, first down. So now they flip the field. Michigan has flipped the field in 2 plays. They completely flipped the field in 2 plays. And now, even though Washington's going to get a stop, Michigan has flipped the field. Now, Washington has to march the ball down the field on their defense. Great fucking play. I got to stop this. Look where he's coming from. 7 yards. He reads it. He trusts his eyes. This got to be something in the game plan. This can't be he just automatically came. This got to be a game play. This got to be a scouting report play. They're in trips, motion. He knows right now that they're probably going to run this. And he comes. He's downhill when the guy's in motion. He's running to the receiver before the quarterback takes his front hand off the ball. Front hand still is on the ball. That means he knows what's coming. You don't break until the front hand comes off the ball. So he started at the 49. He's downhill. He's at the 48. 49 and a half before the front hand comes off the ball. That is amazing. That goes back to what I harped on maybe 20 minutes ago. Scouting report, formation, position on the field. You anticipate. That's a big ass play. That's a 4-yard loss. Eight yards off, 9 yards off, 10 yards off. 5, 10, minus 2, we're 8, plus 3, we're 11. He's 11 yards off. Okay, man. This guy is downhill on the snap, man. And I can't say that he read this first. Like, if I'm a corner, if I read that release or that action by that inside receiver, now he comes off a snap. That's film study. It affects the play. Slows the receiver down just a hair. Now we just eliminate a blocker. That's good work by 20. So, understand this. They get the ball on the 11 compared to getting the ball probably on the 40 because of that one play. Now, they got to march 89 yards now, where you can march 30 yards and get a field goal. That, to me, was a big play. So, this is a horrible play by the corner. If they're playing to read, he jumps the flat and opens up the whole call, but Michael Penix fucking misses it. That's a easy. He's made that pass so many times in his sleep, and he just fucking missed it. It's a way to come back and get that one, though. Now we're in the last quarter. We're in the fourth quarter, y'all. The score is 20-13. UW is still in the game. And they got the ball. 20-13. Their defense held Michigan to 3 points in the third quarter and not that many yards. And not good on third down either because they were getting off the field. These guys didn't play their best and it hurt them. Brian, where is everybody? It's just you in the damn chat today. What's up with that, man? Where's everybody at? I thought Friday would be a better situation. I guess y'all out partying. I know, Brian, man. I thought this was more important than that. Y'all, this is the biggest tackle of this guy's career. I don't know who he is. What's up, Benjamin? See, why y'all quiet today? Huh? Ben said, I'm just chilling. This is the biggest tackle of this guy's career. If he doesn't make that tackle here, he doesn't bring him down, this is a 74-yard touchdown, and the score is 20-20. I don't know how fast number 11 is, but there's no safety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's nobody on this side of the numbers, and there's only really 2 people above the 30. If he catches that and can scoot up the sideline, it is a touchdown. Football's a game of inches. That is a great tackle. Dude, that is to the hizzy if he doesn't make that tackle. That's 2 plays. That screenplay where that same guy gets tripped, that's 2 touchdowns, y'all. That's potentially 2 touchdowns. One on you getting tripped and one on a great-ass tackle. That's the difference in the game. And then this play. Again, if this running back, and this is impossible, y'all. This is a horrible, this is a bad situation to call this defense, okay? Because the running back is shifted away from the guy who's covering him. If he makes this catch, if he catches the ball, I don't think he stops him. Now you got a 1-on-1 after he's eliminated with a deep safety. Bruh. So when I say that this game, that the total at the end doesn't represent really the game, that's what I'm talking about. Couple plays here and there, and this is on this series. And this is, man, Washington was just messing up coverages. Like, fortunately, there was a miss, but you let that guy run scot-free because why? Come your ass up here and make this tackle. I'm not sure what's going to happen, y'all. Oop. That's a great fucking cut. But they're running. This defense is feeling good about themselves right now. They really are. They have done everything to this point that they can do to win this national championship. They have done a damn good job in the second half. Ooh, that's a stop, y'all. This is third down. We should have good field position. Great coverage all the way around. Look like they're in man with a little double on the slot here. What's up, Kendrick? So it's all there, man. Almost lose contain, but we make a shoestring tackle. It's fourth down, y'all. You get the ball on your 32. It's still 20-13. When you had chances to open this game up, butt naked open. Butt naked open. Number 11 is butt naked open. He is so open again. Throw that ball somewhere in there. Dude, this is probably touchdown. Look at it. So I'm going to have you understand this. There's 4. There's 4. There's 3. These are the 11 people that are on the field right now. Right? There's nobody else. If he throws it and completes that ball on this throw, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So he's probably going to complete it somewhere in here. He's got a chance because he's going to be running. He's going to be sprinting. He's going to be looking back at the ball. He's going to get at least inside the 40-yard line. Not saying that this throw isn't an option either, but this throw is the easiest one. There's nobody back here. I don't know what this corner was thinking. There's nobody there. Why is he sitting? There is nobody back there, dude. Damn. He missed one. He missed a few. That's a miss to me. That's a great job by that. I mean, let me hype up my DBs, y'all, because a lot of y'all don't give DBs enough credit. This is a great drive on this. I don't even know what to call this. It's over-ish, and he flattened it out because he ran an over route, but he does flatten it out at the top. So when he flattened it out, that makes it harder for the DB. And he found a way to sprint his ass across there and make up. The pass also helped, but that's great. That's really good work right there, man. Because the receiver flattened it out. So it prevented him from undercutting it. That should be a touchdown. I'm sorry, y'all. This is, in the Pac-12, this was a touchdown. That just drove him to the sideline. Good throw, but that against Texas and that in the Pac-12 was a touchdown. Oh, they got holding. I forgot. Did they get holding? Let me see. Where's the holding at? Let's see. Where's the hold? I hope they didn't call him. I really do hope they didn't call that on 73. I really do hope, because that's the only guy I'm looking right now. I'm looking up top. There's no other opportunity for a hold. And this is not a hold. Oh my goodness. They just, y'all, I'm sorry. They call him the right tackle? No. Oh, no. That is garbage. I had to see the end zone. Where did he hold that? The guy beat him. Oh, that's trash, man. Oh, that's trash. Oh, that's fucking unbelievable. And look, this play here has a chance, y'all. If they get this block, if they get that block, not a chance for a touchdown, but you can get yourself in third and at least 8 and 9. One guy changed the play. If this O-line won the best O-line award, they ain't show shit this game. Good defense on third and forever, y'all. They didn't call a hold on Michigan big play next possession on a clear hold on the right tackle. Oh, on the tight end play? Is that's going to happen? I remember they had a big play on the tight end. I know it's got to be coming up soon because they scored a touchdown and you don't have that many possessions. Okay. So Steve, oh, I see it already. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, Ben? You're right. I don't even have to zoom in, but I'm going to zoom in. Y'all, this is horrendous. This is the definition. This is textbook Webster Dictionary of a hole. And I saw it. Now, Ben, I might not have seen it if you didn't call it out. But that's a hole. Now, if you're going to call the hole on the other one, he's still engaged. The other guy just ran by him and tripped. That's a hole, dude. And he's right here. Right? Let me show you. Let me zoom out. Oh. He's right there. How does he move? How does he not get that? Now, here's the other bad part about it. I remember this play. He is in good shape. Why does he jump? I don't know. Because at worst, it should be tackle right there. You're in good shape and you jump, and now, oh man. See, so y'all, this is the disadvantage of playing man. Because once he catches a man, they're manning with the linebackers zoning up. But everybody else is in man. I got him, I got him, I got him. When he catches it, it's ball game. They went from their 29-yard line to now your 29 on one play. Damn. On a whole. So Washington has a big play, game-changer play. There's a bogus hold. That was a bogus hold. Michigan has their big play, and they don't get a hold. Okay. This is another situation, y'all. This is nobody's fault per se, but this is a situation where you as a player has to know your job and the responsibility of your teammate. Because when you know that is when you won't let this happen. Okay, so this is what's going on here. This is another big play. Michigan's going to get points anyway. Okay, this guy right here sees your teammate engage with number one. Okay. But see now he's going back. But he's going to take his eyes off of number one a little bit. See how, well, he doesn't take them off as much as I thought. He gets depth here instead of getting depth here. I don't know if he thought he was going to engage more or what. But when he comes off, he loses leverage. Here is the deal, y'all. If I'm him and he throws it back here, I'm tipping my hat to him. If I can draw a fake hat. Tip my hat to him. This is the easiest throw. See how he kind of hitches right there, and now one gets out in front of him. Now this becomes a huge play. What do y'all think about Corum on the next level? I'm torn. He does so well here. Is he gonna translate? I don't know. And sometimes I feel like I'm a damn hater. I'm a hater of the Big Ten. And I am a hater of the Big Ten. I'm not gonna lie. I am a hater of the Big Ten. Not a Big Ten fan. But is this guy at his size gonna be able to, is that gonna translate on the next level? That's what I am. I'm like, am I being a hater? Am I being a hater? Because the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, y'all. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a conundrum for me. Just like Ben said, he wasn't great against Bama, but is that an outlier? Right. Brian says a phone booth's a lot smaller than NFL and tackles are sure. You're right. But he's got good balance, though. Like, you ain't going to knock him off his square easily. I don't know how fast he is. I guess the combine would solidify that. But he's a good running back. And am I a hater? That's a good ass run. That's as I say, as myself and Anthony White said, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the locker is on this level. One guy can't bring you down. One guy didn't bring him down, and he ended up in the zone. Here's the problem, though. These guys on this play just, I don't know, man. So they go unbalanced, right? They got, as I remember this play too. So they go center, guard, tackle, tight end, tight end, tight end. They shifted way too many people this way. This backside, they only really got 1, 2, and a possible 3. They shifted too much. And now they're beat. Now they did adjust really well. I don't know if number 5 tell him, man, we need somebody else over here. Maybe he did. I say number 7 came. But they are real thin over there. This not gonna be bad, y'all. What we went 2 hours yesterday. We can go 2 hours a day. That's better than the 7 hours of the bowl game. So, explain to me this. So, like I showed you earlier, number 11 was wide open once. The tight end was wide open once. Somebody else was open. So now he reads this one, right? He reads this one to perfection. I don't know what number 2 is doing, right? I really don't know what the coverage is. They playing match, but why the safety is so? Why is he so far away? And this is bad because they're playing 4-on-2. They got enough defenders. Not normally you like 3-on-2, but they 4-on-2. They got enough people. Is he supposed to carry him further? Or is the corner supposed to carry him? I don't know. They screwed up. I think one of these guys is supposed to carry. Don't know which one, though. And typically, I would say it's the corner. But the way number 0 is reacting, it might be him. I don't know. But he gets this one off. So Mike can read it properly. But man, this game, he just left a lot of yards. He might have left 250 on the table. Brian said they don't eat. I don't know. Brian, defense is hard if you don't know what you're supposed to do and what your teammate's supposed to do. How did he miss this one? I remember this play now. How does he miss that? This is actually pretty good coverage by Michigan. Linebacker probably needs to be here, but you're going to give up that. Now, the problem is they're giving it up, and he can potentially run for days. Just watch. If he completes that ball, y'all, he gets that ball there. Where do you think he gets to? I say he gets to the 15 at the worst. He runs over somebody, he might get inside the 10. Y'all, think about that. Now the score is what? It is 27-13. Two possession. Come on, man. You got to get that ball. He's wide the fuck open. See, these are the ones that, like, I'm going to say this. This is the one that NFL coordinators are going to nitpick at. Because you got to throw it. He's wide open. Watch the timing. Here, watch the footwork and watch where he is. 1, 2, 3. Throw. He's even. Linebacker got no shot. Even if you're potentially scared about him coming across, this safety is retreating. You throw that ball right there. That's a first down. Look at the timing of the drop. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Step. Hitch. Throw. Throw. You watch all the big timers on that level. That is a throw. Don't know why he didn't throw it. Oof. Isn't this third down and long? Yep, it's third down and long. Now, it's 27-13. It's what? I think it's 5 minutes on the clock. All right. Now, this is me older in age thinks. All right. I know I got 2 downs. Let me try to get some of this back and get us in 4th and 9 or 8 or 7. Right? I'm not going to get it all, especially with tight coverage. I might throw it here to get us, try to get us in fourth and manageable. Then I try to get it all at once. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get 2 downs. So now I'm still fourth and forever, right? And now they're going to play the sticks more. Now it's going to be tough sledding. But Michigan, this is the difference, y'all, between Michigan and us. Michigan can rush 4, and this is a hold they don't call. They can rush 4 and get pressure. And that's the difference. You rush 4 on a key down. Ooh, that's too early. I put that up there too early. And they get there in 2.5 seconds. And 73 is holding the fuck out of 32. It's easy on the secondary. 2.5 seconds. Oh, they did call the hold. They called the hold and they got the PI. That's right. So they did call it. All right. They didn't miss it. Shit, that shit was obvious. But then they get to replay the down. I guess this is the pick. Y'all, look at this, man. Why couldn't we do this? Watch number 12. Oops. Watch number 12 get depth to the sticks. They're trying to run levels here. They're trying to get you to suck up here so they can run that. Number 12 wasn't having any of that, right? Look at the depth of the linebacker. Getting to the sticks. They're not having any of that shit. Look at it. Look at their depth. Because the linebacker has depth, they make Penix elevate the ball, right? And pick. Now, to get nitpicky, he had the backside more than front side. This guy is open. But that's been nitpicky. And that's just a great fucking return. When you as a corner or a DB, you get a chance to fucking pick a ball off with you on your feet. Because, see, for me, I only returned 2 picks. Because all the rest of them I was diving. So I only returned 2 picks. I envy guys who catch the ball and are able to run. Because I only caught 2. And one of them was a pick 6. The other one was a pretty decent return. I wish I could have caught more standing upright. Get some more damn yards per interception return. But then, y'all, this is just easy pickings here. We're just going to run through this. This defense now is fucking, they're going to try to do too much because the game is over. There's not much time left. They gave Corum another damn touchdown. The coach, they could at least give that to the quarterback, let him quarterback sneak one in. But this is just it now. When you have a defense and you up, 34-13? Playing defense gets easy. I'm not afraid. We just gonna play, as y'all would say, soft coverage. Wow. Will Rogers is back in the portal. That sucks, man. I feel for him. Because Bama doesn't want him. Damn. You know what? Steven, he might stay. It's going to depend on who they hire as a coach. Because I'm not sure there's another true option for him. So I'm not sure where he can go now. Everybody has their quarterbacks. Where can he go? Shit, that was almost a pick. That sucks for him. That's unfortunate. He is definitely a system quarterback. He needs to go and find an air raid that that has a young quarterback. Because he doesn't have that arm. So y'all, this is it. This is the end of the program. That's it, y'all. Kendra, I appreciate that suggestion. If anybody else have any suggestions, more than Steven had a couple, I'm gonna probably do those. Steven asked to do some of the portal guys. If I can find film. Finding film is hard on some of these guys. If I can find film on them, I'll do it. Steven asked for my high school guys. I might do some of that. You know, I'll find something. No problem, Ben. You know, Kendrick. Anytime, brother. Anytime, man. So hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And man, this SEC is gonna be interesting this year, man. I'm telling you, SEC is gonna be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And I must tell y'all this, and I said this when the schedule came out. Don't be fucking scared of the schedule. There's nothing scary about that schedule. There's nothing scary about that schedule at all. You just get Texas. You replace Alabama with Texas. So what? So fucking what? Every year the SEC is tough. Every fucking year. There ain't nothing about that schedule that's scary. If you're scared of the schedule, you fucking just scared. This season's gonna depend on Cohen. Did I not say on the locker? Did I not say on the locker? Yo. That I had, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Did I not say on the locker? If y'all are locker mates, as I call you, if y'all not on the locker, I said I got good information that from one of my Chicago people that Cohen is an option with the Bears. Did I not say that? I am not shocked. I am not shocked. Because when I have some buddies around. I don't give information out unless I have true, trusted information. And I got that information from someone I truly trust. So, woo. The problem happened is Mark Stoops shot himself in the foot. He shot himself in the foot by that Texas A&M deal. So, I am not even shocked in the least. And honestly, I'm going to say this. I'm not sure I would leave for the Bears job. But I understand. When you have a coach who coerced you to come back, who made you sign a contract where it's going to be hard for you to get out, and that said coach basically was gone for Texas A&M, I understand. And if you lose Liam Cohen, that's going to hurt. I'm not sure Liam is tied to Will Levis, though, Ben. I really don't. I'm not going to buy that one. Depends on the head coach, wherever they get. But I'm not sold on that one either. So I don't know, man. Not a good look. Because if we lose Liam Cohen, this quarterback position room might look ugly, because now this is a situation where I'm concerned about losing Scott Woodward. Because if Liam leaves, you could have possibly made Scott Woodward the quarterback coach and kept some of these quarterbacks. But I'm not sure you're going to keep these quarterbacks. You lose Liam Cohen and Scott Woodward. That's not a positive sign, y'all. I appreciate that, Steven. So, it can get ugly, man. It can get ugly. So, thanks for that information, Steven. Thanks for that info, man. But I had an inkling. Like I said, y'all watch the lock. I said it on there a couple weeks ago. So, we'll see, man. Again, thanks for y'all watching. We'll figure something out next week. See what I do next. See what I can come up with. And guess that's it, y'all. Great year of doing. I can also do NFL games. I don't know if y'all know. I do have the NFL where I get the all 22s from there. I gotta wait a couple days, but I have that. I look at that a lot. So I might do that too. So, all right, y'all. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for sharing y'all Friday night with me. That's it. Yes, I would announce it on X, on Twitter, Brian. Don't make me say fucking X, this Twitter. I would announce it on Twitter. So I have a good rest of y'all Friday night and y'all weekend. I'll see y'all sometime next week. We'll figure it out.